for going over the speed limit, and I totally get it. And once again, I don't expect you to know my job or how I feel about my job when going to a certain call. Yes, there's policy. Yes, there's rules. Once again, I'm very passionate about getting people's property back. And if I feel there's a stolen vehicle and there's a suspect, I don't know what that suspect has done, whether he has a homicide warrant, whether he has any other type of warrant. Yes, I want to get there. It is my passion. I want to get that bad guy off the street. Okay. Was I going over the speed limit? I take full responsibility for it. Yes. Yes, I did. Was I on my phone communicating with my team? Yes. That's what we do. I don't expect you, once again, with all due respect, to understand how I feel and how I do my job. But once again, it's not black and white like you assume.
Not black and white, like I assume. This wreck is not black and white.
Once again, no. Again, it was an accident.
Driving 60 to 65 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone without your light bar on, without your sirens on, that's not black and white.
Once again, I take full responsibility for what I did. Full responsibility.
So full responsibility for Sandy Gotham's damages?
Once again, it was an accident. It was an accident. I'm going to a call where I know that I should be with my team. Now, one thing that you should know about that call, most of my team, we had already taken someone into custody. They were not there. So there's a covert person in that area. Now, I don't know whether my covert vehicle, my officer is going to be by himself and he's going to be in trouble. So yes, I'm trying to go fast. I'm trying to get there quickly so nothing happens to the rest of my team that's on the streets.
So full responsibility for Sandy Gotham's damages?
Objection. Give me an answer.
I take full responsibility for going over the speed limit, sir.
What does that mean? Okay, so what does that mean? What does full responsibility entail?
I was wrong in going over the speed limit as I'm trying to get there to a stolen vehicle.
Does it
entail? I take full responsibility for going over the speed limit.
As a cop, you understand the concept of consequences probably better than anyone, right?
Absolutely, sir.
And you understand it's not just enough to say, I did something wrong when something is of a nature that causes harm. So what does full responsibility mean?
Like I said, I take full responsibility in going over the speed limit, trying to get there, trying to capture, trying to detain a suspect and get somebody's property back. Now, do accidents happen? As you've seen, they do happen. And unfortunately, it happened to me.
Negligence causes accidents, does it not?
It does, sir. It does, sir.
So accidents happen, sure, but accidents happen when someone acts unreasonably.
Accidents happen, whether you're reasonable or unreasonable. Accidents are accidents, sir.
Objection, non-responsive. Let me get to that full responsibility thing one more time. Because I keep on hearing full responsibility, but I don't know what you're taking responsibility for or what it encapsulates. We get that you know you shouldn't be driving that speed in that zone, especially not without any sort of alarming device on. But the consequence of that conduct, do you take responsibility for making that consequence right?
Objection. It's a compound question.
Do you take responsibility for the damages that your conduct caused?
I take full responsibility for going over the speed limit. There was an accident. Now, if somebody got hurt, it is part of taking responsibility for it.
Thank you. All right, you talked about white copy, you received white copy.
I signed paperwork. I got reprimanded by my leadership, sir. I had to talk with my LT, my lieutenant, and my sergeant.
You were reprimanded by your leadership. Who does that all entail?
That was I'm sorry, sir. I've been through about 4 sergeants within the last year.
Go ahead and go through all of them.
There was Sergeant Lumley, Sergeant Olegario, and Sergeant Parker.
Which one do you think it was at that time?
Sergeant Lumley.
But you don't remember being reprimanded? You don't remember which one of those reprimanded you?
I don't, sir. Honestly, when I come to work, I don't even, just straight up, don't even remember half of my cases. Sometimes when I have to go, why? I want to forget about everything that happened at work. I want to live a normal life. When I have to go to court, I literally go to RMS. I click on the case number. I read it just so I can get a refresher, so I can remember. I go to my body cam. I'm like, okay, this is what happened. Okay,
This is a little
all right.
different, though. This is
Yes.
you are personally involved, and you're telling me you don't really remember,
That is correct, sir.
so you blocked it out.
Yes, sir.
It must not have been, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it must not have been a very serious reprimand. Accurate in saying that?
No, it was serious, for the simple fact that I had to face the consequences of, first of all, I couldn't drive for a moment. I had my points taken away. I had to drive with someone for quite some time, which to me, I get car sick, I get nauseous. So yes, it was pretty big for me. I don't like being the passenger.
So the city of Dallas, as part of this reprimand or punishment, they said you're no longer allowed to drive a squad car.
For a period of time, sir.
How long was that period?
I don't remember, sir.
You don't remember how long you weren't allowed to drive?
No, sir.
So you're telling me that you hated it. You get car sick easy when you have to ride in the passenger seat, and you don't remember how long this was?
No, sir.
Approximate for me.
I don't. 2 months, a month and a half, 2 months.
2 months?
I don't remember, sir.
It could not have been 6 months?
I don't think so, sir.
So it could.
When you're into, I think you get either 6 months or a year once you hit your 4 points. If you hit your 4 points. With this one, if I'm not mistaken, I was at 3 points, which I was a point away. That's why for about a couple months, they took me off the streets, meaning that I was a passenger. So I want to hit that 4 point mark.
Okay, so as of the day of this wreck, you had already had 2 points?
No, so that's what I'm saying. They reprimanded because it was a serious matter. Yes, you are right. Meaning they gave me 3 points.
3 out of 4. 4, you're out, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, so we could think of it as a scale,
Oh,
a naughty scale. And
Correct.
you got 3 out of 4, 4 being the worst.
yes, correct, sir.
So they did not like this.
They did not like it, sir.
And are you on any sort of probationary period with Dallas PD?
I'm off. I'm out. I'm off probation, sir.
Is there any way you can get points taken away, like for good behavior? Or
So every 2 or 2.5 years, it resets.
so you can do something really serious, get 3 out of 4 points, and as long as you don't hit that 4th point, it'll reset after 2 years.
That is correct, sir. From my understanding, it's been like that. Yes, sir.
Detail any explanation on the points. Why did you get 3? What was, aside from the fact that you rear-ended someone, what else did they say you did wrong? I mean, aside from the fact that you were speeding, what else did they say you did wrong?
An A&I officer came, asked for my statement. They looked at the damage. They took pictures. They took video. Again, I had paperwork to sign. I signed it. And you would have to go ahead and ask for a copy of those of that paperwork.
You don't remember what all they told you did wrong?
Going over the speed limit was one. Yes, sir.
Was one, but my question was what else?
I don't remember, sir.
You don't remember?
No, sir.
You're 1 point away from losing your badge. You don't remember what they told you did
I'm
wrong.
1 point away from losing my badge. I'm not going to put any more stress on myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to my sergeant, listen to my lieutenant. I'm going to take my consequence, take the punishment, take the consequence, and wait for my turn. Wait for my turn to come back.
This happened. I know you said you couldn't remember the day that it happened, but looks like the timestamp on this video here in exhibit number 8, timestamp, the Axon timestamp says July 21st, 2023. Does that sound like the date that this wreck happened?
If it's saying July 20, these cameras are pretty good. So yes.
So it's been a little under 2 years, well, about 1.5 years since this wreck happened.
Yes, sir.
Can you, as we sit here today,
Mhm.
are you allowed to drive a Dallas PD vehicle?
I am, sir.
All right. And so that they gave you a new vehicle after a couple months.
Correct, sir.
Now, on the topic of Axon, I noticed you have an Axon body cam, but you did not have an Axon dash cam inside of your squad car on the night of this accident. Accurate?
No, there was a camera. We have to have a camera on.
But an Axon camera.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
And were you wearing your seatbelt that night?
I was, and I took it off. Why? I had to pick up my. I can't pick up my my phone with my seatbelt on. Took my seatbelt, and that's when the accident happened. And I did get. Now that you mentioned it, that I got points for that as well, for not having my seatbelt on.
For not having your seatbelt on. Okay. Let me play this Exhibit 8 all the way through, just to see if there's anything else we can talk about. I doubt it. Okay, so you had one app open at this time.
Mm.
You had the text message app open.
Yes, sir.
And then when you scrolled up,
Mm.
as we see in timestamp number 14, you don't have a bunch of different apps open. You have a text message app open. See that?
Can you want it again?
I can play it through as you, and then you open that app. So let's go back. So timestamp 14 or 0:00:14 through, and then we go and we get to timestamp 16, 2 seconds. That's where we're seeing, what apps, or really should I say app, you had open at that time. And it was the text message app, the text message app only. Do I have that correctly?
Again, I clicked on the Zello. I'm not sure where you're going with this.
I'm saying
So I clicked on Zello. I opened Zello up. What is that supposed to
Right.
go?
Well, you said that you were on Zello,
Yes, exactly.
but that was what you were last on. But this